Good morning. It's Wednesday, May 27th, and I hope you're doing okay. Yesterday, I saved a bird that fell into my pool. It was a baby bird, but a big baby, and it was just floating there with its wings out, trying to keep its head up and not drown. All around, the other birds were squawking. I imagined them saying, like, hang on, keep your beak up. Well, I scooped him out and I put him in the sun and I rubbed his head and yes, thank God he did survive. The thing was, I found myself very emotional over this. And I'm sharing the story with my family, and Mick's kind of laughing at me, and he said, "You know what? You've just been in the house too long." And I started thinking he might be right. It just seems like a moment ago, moms were packing school lunches and we were planning the day's menu for me, which takeout place. Just a moment ago. It seems like stadiums were getting ready for baseball, arenas for their concert series. Couples were preparing to walk down the aisle. Vacation plans were made, suitcases were packed, and neighbors were chatting over the fences. And then, just like that, wham, everything changed. An invisible coronavirus invaded our lives, our peace, our plans, and our security. And as I shared yesterday, we have been together this way for 60 days, not counting Sundays. That's a long time. And a lot's changed in ways we didn't want. We can't really visit our families like we used to. Nursing homes are in lockdown. Airports look like ghost towns. Hugs and handshakes have been put on hold. And we now wear masks and cover our nose and mouth. We kind of look like we're ready to rob a bank. Many folks are out of work and struggling. Food banks are working to meet the needs of those unable to provide food for their families. We're homeschooling our kids, and those who can work from home have now turned their kitchen tables into makeshift offices and classrooms. And we have introduced new words into our daily vocabulary. Yeah, words like pandemic, social distancing, sheltering in place, quarantine, and COVID-19. In fact, my 4-year-old Emma said the other day, "Ga, I know we can't see you because of the coronavirus." Coronavirus, a 4-year-old. And daily, we are reminded of all we wanted that just didn't and won't happen. We wanted Easter and Mother's Day celebrations. We wanted graduations in June. We wanted to celebrate birthdays and weddings. We wanted to go to the mall and the beach like we did last year with no restrictions. I wanted a haircut. And I want to see my grandkids. And we didn't want this virus, that's for sure. And so we wait and hope that maybe 2021 will be different, better. But in the meantime, in this time now, I wonder, how shall we live? How can we be our best selves in the midst of this pandemic and all the emotions playing out because of it? How does our country not split even more? Well, I can think of a few things. How about you start looking for and collecting your blessings? It's so easy to see only the bad things, to hear only the negative, to only feel the frustration, anger, uncertainty, to believe only the worst because there's so much of it out there. Blessings, on the other hand, take a bit of work. You have to sometimes dig deep, look hard, remember those moments when God was near and got you through. Try and think of all the good things, even if they seem silly, that He's done for you. Like allowing me to save a bird. Think about this. Did you, for example, find what you needed when you ventured out to the store? Is your family relatively healthy? Are you able to sit and eat meals together, something you haven't had the chance to do before this virus hit? Are you learning things about yourself you didn't know before? Are you paying more attention to things you perhaps took for granted? Do you appreciate life and other things more than you did before this pandemic? See, those are God's kindnesses to you. The Apostle Paul wrote a letter to the Thessalonians, and he gave them some good advice. He said, "Always be joyful, pray continually, and give thanks whatever happens. That is what God wants for you in Jesus Christ. Let's look at those terms again. Always be joyful. Are we? Pray continually. Do we? Give thanks whatever happens. Can we? I mean, this all sounds easy in theory, not always so in reality. Or is it? See, like all the other virtues or fruit of the Spirit, gratitude is always an option, a decision, a choice we make. Let me give you an example from the life of Matthew Henry. He was an 18th century British minister and a scholar. And one day he was accosted by thieves and robbed of his purse, his money. And he wrote in his diary, "Let me be thankful first, because I was never robbed before. Second, because although they took my purse, they didn't take my life. Third, because although they took everything I had, it wasn't much. And fourth, because it was I who was robbed, not I who robbed." It's pretty good advice, isn't it, for us? See, most of us wouldn't react that way. But his gratitude led him to joy. The thing is, joy is this inner feeling that no matter what happens, even if I don't like it or want it, even if it makes me unhappy, I'm going to be okay somehow, some way, because God's with me. What a great example of what Paul was talking about. So today, I simply want to encourage you to bank some gratitude. Find the joy of this day you have been given, a day you won't have again. And while you're at it, practice being kind to others, especially those who make it hard to be kind to, and you know who they are. And every chance you get, say a thank you and lift a prayer to those who are out working hard and putting themselves and their families at risk for us. And be patient with yourself and others and with this virus too. We are slowly emerging from our homes. But we have to do it carefully, patiently, respectfully, lovingly. And most of all, remember, whatever happens, never give up on hope. So yeah, let's all admit this isn't what we wanted 2020 to be about, but it's what we've been given right now. So I say, let's do our best to show the world who we are as people of faith, people who are kind, people who don't give up on each other, and don't give in to despair, people who love, because we are so loved by God, and we know how awesome that is. My friends, we will get through this, we will. So stay safe. Stay home unless you absolutely need to go out. Wear your mask and continue washing your hands. Find the blessing wherever you can. And always know that I love you and I'm praying for you and I believe in you. We can do this. So I'll see you tomorrow. And until then, God bless you.